from the Holy Gospel according to John.
After these things, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now in Jerusalem by the sheep gate there is a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethzatha, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of those who were sick, blind, lame, or paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel of the Lord went down at certain times into the pool and stirred up the water. Whoever stepped in first after the stirring of the water was made whole of whatever disease he had. A certain man was there who had been sick for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been sick for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, but while I'm coming, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Arise, take up your mat and walk." Immediately the man was made well and took up his mat and walked. Now it was the Sabbath on that day, so the Jews said to him who was cured, "It is the Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry the mat." He answered them, "He who made me well, the same said to me, 'Take up your mat and walk.'" Then they asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Take up your mat and walk'?" But he who was healed didn't know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a crowd being in the place. Afterward Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "Behold, you are made well. Sin no more, so that nothing worse happens to you." The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. For this cause the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him, because he did these things on the Sabbath.
Have you ever experienced seeing a person who is in need most of help, and you have nothing to give, or you are unable to do something to make the situation of that person a bit better? Or did someone come to you to ask help, and you yourself can see that that person was really in need, and you really have nothing to give? Finally, have you seen a person who can hardly walk by himself or herself because of sickness or disabilities? Have you ever extended a little help, even if they did not ask for it, because their situation said it so? If we try to contemplate the situation of the sick man in today's gospel, it is so heartbreaking. He is alone, and he has been sick for 38 years. He has been there in that place in the hope that someone would help him to get healed. Jesus noticed that he had been there for a long time, and he asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" And he answered, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. When I am trying to get in, someone else goes ahead of me." This is a heart-rending situation for us who reads the passage, and to Jesus, who was really present on the scene. And so, because of his great faith in Jesus, he was healed. After 38 years of not being able to walk, here he is, walking, maybe also running. What a joy it has been for the sick man to live a normal life like anyone else. Despite his many years of unanswered prayer, he still waited by the pool in the hope that help might come his way. And indeed, it's worth the wait. Jesus himself came to his help. Again, God has his own timing to answer our prayer. In life, it's always wrong to say, I don't need anyone else in my life. I can live alone and I can support myself without the help of others. This can be true for a certain time, but not for a lifetime. Even if we are perfectly well physically, but we can't live a meaningful life alone. We need others in one way or another. Life is more complete when it is shared and spent with others. In a give and take relationship, life becomes more meaningful. It is a sad reality when we are really in most need of somebody, especially those whom we expect to come to our aid, like members of our family and our friends, and those who are close to us, but nobody of them will come. We find ourselves alone in facing the most difficult situation in our lives. Maybe that situation would be our health or economic problems. A situation wherein we find ourselves or member of our family in need to be cured from a sickness. Yet, we have no means to get cured, and so we need help from others. Or maybe we have other problems that we really need somebody who will listen to us, to pour out what is inside of us, to encourage us, and to lift us up morally. But there is no one to be with us during this hard time in life. It is quite common to have everyone around us when everything goes smoothly, especially when we can be a great help to others, or when we have something to offer. But when we ourselves are in need, it is hard to find anyone around. When we are in this situation, the lame man in today's gospel reminds us that despite of this, life must go on. Let us learn from him to be patient. He suffered for 38 years, and he has been at the pool for a long time, and many others who came after him get cured before him, because they had somebody to help him, but he himself had nobody. What a lonely life. He just waited for someone to come to have pity on him, which he was not even sure if that someone would come. But in his heart, there is a great hope that he will be cured. And indeed, he was cured not by anybody's intervention, but by God's intervention himself. Therefore, Jesus is teaching us through the sick man in today's gospel that when we find ourselves alone in our lowest situation in life and find no one to help us or to be with us, let us keep on hoping and praying for God's grace and God's providence. God will come at the right time. It is said that God is never late and rarely early. He is always exactly right on time, His time. After all, faith is believing that God is going to take us to places before we even get there. This is the power of faith, and only faith can make us convinced to believe in all these things. Let us thank God for reminding us of His action in our lives through the gospel of today. Prayer of Saint Padre Pio. Stay with me, Lord, for it is necessary to have you present, so that I do not forget you. You know how easily I abandon you. Stay with me, Lord, because I am weak and I need your strength, that I may not fall so often. Stay with me, Lord, for you are my life, and without you I am without fervor. Stay with me, Lord, for you are my light, and without you I am in darkness. Stay with me, Lord, to show me your will. Stay with me, Lord, so that I hear your voice and follow you. Stay with me, Lord, for I desire to love you very much and always be in your company. Stay with me, Lord, if you wish me to be faithful to you. Stay with me, Lord, for as poor as my soul is, I want it to be a place of consolation for you, a nest of love. Stay with me, Jesus, for it is getting late and the day is coming to a close, and life passes. Death, judgment, eternity approaches. It is necessary to renew my strength, so that I will not stop along the way, and for that I need you. It is getting late and death approaches. I fear the darkness, the temptations, the dryness, the cross, the sorrows. Oh, how I need you, my Jesus, in this night of exile. Stay with me tonight, Jesus. In life with all its dangers, I need you. Amen.